item of business says discuss and take action on proposed budget. And just to kind of bring you up to speed, we had a budget workshop on Tuesday, but there was no action items there. So one of the things that Ray had asked was if we would give him some direction as to what we were thinking about the budget. But since it was not on the agenda for us to take any kind of action, we didn't give him any direction or any ideas as far as the board. So is there any discussion at this point?
Raising revenue would be so much easier than reducing costs.
Well, I think there is a little bit of room in that. On the outpatient, I think the 3.5% increase in our outpatient revenue is fairly aggressive. You know, we budgeted for this year we budgeted 65 admissions, average of 65 admissions per month. We're not hitting that. We're at 60. Our initial budget for the proposed budget for 2015 is at 62. I think there's an opportunity to be a little more, I guess, a little more aggressive in that regard. It's kind of tough to think about increasing our budget on the inpatient side, since so much of the healthcare is being moved from the inpatient to the outpatient side. But we do have a new physician who will be have his practice starting to ramp up by the first of our budget month in October. Of course, Dr. Gossett is going to be. I don't think we can rely on him a great deal for admissions since he won't be here until at least November and all. But I think it's reasonable for us to take another look at the inpatient side of that and be a little more, I guess, be a little more aggressive and a little more optimistic in terms of what we think is going to be on the revenue side. The outpatient, our outpatient has increased significantly each month or each year, so you know we have a significantly higher revenue and outpatient revenue this year compared to budget. So I think it'd be a little optimistic to increase that. But I think we would be comfortable if we went back and looked at the inpatient admissions and was a little more aggressive with that. So I think that's an area we look at. Yeah, he would. I mean, each admission is about $18,000 revenue, and then if you go through the discounts allowance, about 30% of that is all that drops to the bottom line. If we went to 65, which pretty tough number to hit, but we're 62. If we went to 65. That would put about $197,000 on the bottom line when you do the math. The $18,000 per admission, and then put another about $190,000 on the bottom line.
So they could do anesthesia machine.
Well, that would pay for an anesthesia machine. Yeah.
Any other discussion? Dr. Burroughs said the other day that she thought we ought to take our budget and do the process differently. Can you expand on that, what you were suggesting the other day?
Well, I think the tendency has been to look at how much funds we might be getting and then make the budget match that, and that's distressing to me. I think we should review the budget and what we need to have and figure out how much expense that would be, and then figure out where we could meet that. That was during discussion when we were talking about whether we were going to ask the administration to make us a budget at a certain tax rate. You know, do it at this rate, do it at that rate, do it at that rate. And I think that from personal experience, we've done that before, and it was not a good way to set up the budget and run the hospital.
So have the department heads figure out what the department really needs.
Yes.
Perhaps a second to figure for what they would really like.
I don't think any of the budget that when you were there too, that we looked at was a wish list. I think the budget was exactly what the departments thought it was going to cost to run these departments.